We originally did an oil sample and installed the oil filter bypass. When we got the oil sample back, we saw that we had an excessive amount of fuel in the oil, so that's not good. We all have heard that's inherent with the EcoBoost engine or direct injection engines, and so I want to figure out where that fuel is coming from. I want to get rid of it. I want my engine to last a long time. I want to help anybody watching this engine last a long time, and the fuel seems to be the big thing. So we went 5,000 miles on just the oil filter bypass and synthetic AMS oil. I don't think the oil is going to do anything, but maybe that excessive or the larger amount of oil in the system will help dissipate some of the fuel, which I think this is I think I said earlier, it's a 7 or 8 quart system now. 2 more quarts over the 6 quart. I'll change that, update that if that's wrong. So we went 5,000 miles. I'm going to get that oil sample back and see how that does. But then now this 5,000 miles, I'm going to install catch cans. I don't know if you guys can see this. I bought some cheap catch cans on Amazon, and I'm going to do one on each bank of this engine or each valve cover. And I was going to go to, get nice hose that can put up or deal with the oil, but I just went down to my local parts store and I got some, what is this, 5/8 fuel line PCV EEC hose, and I'll run that. I already installed one here, and I'll show you guys here in a second, get close up on it, but I'm going to show you installing the other one. It's super easy. When it comes with a little bracket that I just basically bent, so it goes on here. It's sitting a little crooked, but I'm sure it'll do the job. The one thing I do want to add on the bottom is a drain valve. That way, rather than trying to twist this thing off every time and hopefully not making a mess, all I should do is put a bottle underneath of it, open it up, and yeah, you can see I'm still turning here, yeah. And we've all seen people do this before. I've had to do it for customers, and you spill it everywhere. So yeah, I'm trying to get this line back up now. There we go. So just put a drain valve on the bottom to make it a lot easier. Okay, here you can see, and this is level. See, it's sitting a little crooked. That way it'd point down just the way the bracket was set up. It'd point through here and get the hoses correctly, and then if we look over here, the hoses, I ran through here. Lighting's not that great, but I used factory fittings. Just basically I reused the fittings from the, where'd it go? All I did is ran a razor blade along this and then popped those out, and then 5/8 hose, some hose clamps, and we should be good to go. The nice thing is this catch can here, if you can see, has an in and an out, so it tells you which way. So the in I did was the valve cover, I believe. Yeah, so the in would be the valve cover because it's sucking in from the valve cover. That's where the oil vapors would come from, and then out towards the intake manifold itself. So let's go ahead and make up the bracket for the driver's side, and I'm going off these bolts here just to mount them up high. And I was going to do it up on the firewall, but then I thought about draining them. I think this would be easier. If it drains, I can just go down at the bottom, make it easy. I think there's a couple companies that do offer these bigger cans, and they mount up front here, so I think it'll work pretty good. Okay, you can see I got that one mounted. That one is a little crooked also, but who cares? It's in there. Whenever I put the drain valve on there, I may put it partially to the side, that way it drains it all, and this one's the same way I may put it. But that one was just as easy. I bet you have an hour and a half in putting that on. So I think I might have, I don't know, I'll put the link to the catch cans in there, and then I'll say how much the hose that I bought. I think it was like 8 feet or something, 12 feet. I don't know. I'll look on the bill what it was. And then some hose clamps, and let you guys know how much it was, and the amount of time that it took to do that is truthfully going to be a lot cheaper than most of those catch cans out there, I bet. So maybe not. I haven't really totaled it up. I didn't figure that up whenever I did it, but now at least that's done, and we can figure that in when we get the oil sampled the next time. So okay, so on this video I just finished doing the catch cans, and it's actually been about 1,800 miles since I installed these, and I've driven quite a bit of highway, idling, towing, things like that. I've ran some E85. You guys saw me post some of that up on made some posts on that where I'm playing with blends, but I really need to get an ethanol content sensor. That way I can really know what percentage I have. It really, I'd imagine at times I was probably around 30%, and the truck seemed to run fine on it, and it actually seemed like it had pretty smooth power, so which is a good thing. But anyway, let me flip over here, show you guys how much crap I've gotten in the catch can so far. So let me show you. So I'm going to start with the driver's side one. The driver's side one goes to the driver's side valve cover. As you can see there, the hoses go on either side of that. It just earlier. And let's start off by using the dipstick, because that's pretty cool. And you can see we've got some junk on there. Got a little condensation. Now, I just drove through rain. I was just actually at Lowe's picking up some stuff from the dock at the lake house. And I had some boards, so being in the rain and the intercooler on these and everything, I should get quite a bit of condensation buildup. But the truck ran fine. I don't have any issues. I've not really ever had issues. But this is 1,800 miles. Look at that. It's like a milkshake. Smells like fuel and oil, which is probably what it is. I'm gonna put that one back on. I don't want to dump that. I want to see. I'm gonna make some short videos every time, probably for about 5,000 miles after this. So basically till the next oil change, and I'll probably continue to keep kind of track of it and update you guys. Okay, I'll tell you what all this wiring is here in a second. This one's actually physically hotter, and this one's the PCV side. Let's see here. What's this one look like? About the same. Maybe a little darker. I don't think as much, which that would kind of make sense with the PCV valve being able to shut off. Not as much as going through there. So let's see what this one. That one smells about the same. Man, what is that's just? I'd say that's just oil and fuel that I'm smelling. I said earlier in this video that I think I'm going to tap these, but as easy as these are to get to, I don't think I will do that. I think I'll probably just get used to, if I don't check these every 1,000 or so. I mean, I've been checking these several times a week just to see how much I get built up. And once I figure out how much it builds up, I'll probably just dump them basically every oil change and in between. So basically dump them at the oil change, and then in 2,500 miles or so, I'll dump them again. And that way everything's out. So that is the video on the catch cans. On this, what I did here, what we have is I wanted to see what would happen if I sprayed water across the intercooler when I'm running down the road. If I could actually watch the intercooler temperature drop. Because if you can drop your intake air temps, you can theoretically help drop your knock. And that is a big deal on the EcoBoost or any gasoline turbocharged engine. One of your big things is detonation. And if you can cut down on detonation, you can make power easier basically. And on these where they make a lot of torque down low, if I can keep a lower intake air temp at lower RPMs, then I could theoretically make more power at low RPMs, but that did not actually work. I'm sure there's other setups that work better, but basically all I did here was just water in there, and then I ran the washer nozzles. Here I bent up the sides here with these, they had holes already in it. So basically, let me see if I can prop this up and show you guys what I did here. Yep, you guys were able to see it. I think, actually, I'll be able to see from that video. Maybe this nozzle got messed up. No, it sprayed pretty good. And running down the road, I'd imagine the air would help push it in more. Maybe it's not making good even flow across it, but basically what I was trying to do too is eliminate buying a larger upgraded intercooler. But I think I'm probably going to anyway, so that's that. That's just I spent about 40 bucks or so on that, and it didn't do anything, so it was worth it to me. Anyway, if you guys liked any of this, or you have any comments or questions or anything, shoot me some comments. Let me know down below. I'm gonna try to keep updating you shorter videos on how much I get. I know a lot of people have done this online, but I feel like a lot of people start it and they never continue, and I'm continuing giving updates, giving you guys information, and I will continue as I do other things of this, where I try to possibly just squeeze out easy, reliable horsepower out of this thing. A lot of companies make a lot of good stuff that you can put on, but do you really know if it works or not? And that's where I really want to find out if the products actually work, or if they do what you really want them to do at the right time. Mainly because these trucks make great low-end torque, but a lot of that power is robbed because they get heat soaked. So if we can try to figure some stuff out like that, that'd be great. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.